Ready to rock.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. We got a special guest, ID Mak, in the building.
Yeah.
Myself, Nesquick, and together, that's hip hop. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really does mean a lot. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we are almost there. So please follow, like, share. Today we are talking with an MC, artist, producer, designer, a man of many hats, known for his raw, unfiltered approach to hip-hop that blends West Coast grit with introspective lyricism. With his hard-hitting beats, his style is smooth, yet he can carry an aggressive delivery and layer that with his storytelling ability, and he also is able to capture the realities of life, personal struggles, triumphs. ID Mak's music often carries an air of authenticity, reflecting the environment and culture of the Inland Empire, while incorporating modern flows and classic West Coast influences. His ability to switch between laid-back melodic cadences and rapid-fire lyrics really sets him apart, making his sound both versatile and impactful. His ability to represent Rialto and the larger IE hip-hop scene on a broader scale really gives a voice to a region that's often been overshadowed by Los Angeles and the Southern California rap scene.
Talk about it.
ID Mak has cultivated a loyal fan base through his consistency and realness, earning respect for his dedication to the craft and his community. Whether through collaborations, independent releases, or live performances, his presence continues to resonate with those who appreciate music that stays true to its roots while pushing creative boundaries. The Deli Mac, Mr. Mac Life, ID. Welcome to the show, brother.
What up? Dang, man. Hey,
Dope.
That right there is touching, man. I really appreciate that. Dang, that's awesome words. And wow, man, it's an honor, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you truly deserve it, man. I'm a big fan, like I was telling you. Listening to all your stuff and just watching your vlogs even on YouTube, dude.
What?
Like, yeah, and I just thought,
what? You know about those?
I thought, dude, I'm like, you're a man ahead of your time, dude. Like, what put it in you to do that? Because you even did some little vlogging here. Like, what started that for you to start doing that?
Just to add to the legacy. Just because, hey, I like wearing dope outfits. Sometimes I want to have the outfits on film. So I'm like, oh, I put that fit together that day, so I can't wear that this day or whatever. Or just to see what was done that day so I could learn and grow and build and like add some more of this if it worked or take away some of this if it didn't work kind of thing.
That's dope. Yeah. That's also another aspect to you too, is that you're a man of fashion too. Like, you have that sense to you and you always fly. Like where does that come from even?
Mom and dad. I watch my mom and dad get dressed when they go to work.
Yeah.
Or they go places. I get all excited. I'd be like sitting there watching them like, ooh, look at that, look at that. I don't know. They turn on the music. They start getting dressed and like just
almost sounds
happy.
Like art to it. Like
happy. Like all happy. Like it's a happy moment to leave the house and go to the store.
Yeah.
Go somewhere simple, but just one rule was don't leave your house. Don't leave my house with pajamas on. If you come out the house, like you have to have fully dressed when you leave this crib right here. So that was just embedded.
Yeah, super dope. I think I've heard you mention, some of your I don't know if it was your father or both, maybe your mom and father, but like, how has that relationship played into a role into your music?
Oh wow. It's just stories. There's just so many stories, but I would say a big, heavy amount because me and my twin sister, I have a twin sister. My parents would always like have trips. We would do trips on the weekends, go places, but there's always the latest album playing in the car.
Yeah.
My dad had this Astro van. He put the beat in it, and it was thumping, and it was loud, and it was just unfortunate that we were his kids because we were embarrassed. We were embarrassed. Pops is in the Astro van playing that quick down, down. Doom. Like, oh, dad, dude, like around the corner, down the block, drop us off and we'll walk around the corner to school because you're embarrassing us. Everybody's looking. But little we knew he was like turning us up and like getting us prepared for like, that cool stuff, that swag, put some paint where it ain't type stuff, you know. And my mom, she's just a Whitney Houston fan. She's a Mary J. Blige fan. So she would be playing these records, and I remember I'd be in the back seat of the car singing these songs like kind of low,
Right.
but hitting those notes. And I see my parents like jabbing to like, look. You know what I'm saying? And at parties, when family or relatives were over, or friends or acquaintance can't really come over the house. They got to be family. They got to be up in there because, you know, we got nice shit. You know what I mean? So you got to watch, you know what I mean? But anyway, my parents would be like, dance. And they would make me and my sister dance, dude. Like, we would be dancing.
Dang.
They would like dance. And like, they were like, no, we don't want to dance. And I remember a story, dude, like, my mom went to her friend's party and they wanted me to dance like Michael Jackson. Like, and my mom was like, because I loved Michael Jackson. I would have the glove, the whole joint. And I was so embarrassed. I went in the bathroom and I cried, dude. I was like, don't want to do it, Mom. She's like, had a pep talk with me. Dang, and then got me together, and I went out there and I did that Michael Jackson dance.
Dang, dude. Okay.
And I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's Michael Jackson was heavy, influential, man. Just the style that dude had, and freaking doing things that just, you know, anybody would aspire to do. Like, I don't know. One of my first friends that I met, like in elementary, I always tell him this. His name's Hector. He's a barber.
Oh, yeah, for
Hector?
sure. What up? Yeah, good dude.
Yeah,
Genuine.
super dope dude. He was the first friend of mine in kindergarten. First guy I met, he sat across from me. And I always tell him this. I'm like, I remember the first thing you were doing. He was, what was I doing? He was, you were singing, just beat it. Just beat it. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, dude. So I wanted to ask you, you know, I got the pleasure to kind of experience this. But like the Mac life, I always hear that, you know, in your work and in your music. I think you even have like a tag now that has that on there. The Mac life, baby, like that's sick.
What up, Tiana? What up, baby girl?
That's a dope tag.
We living forever, baby. when we go up, you go up, baby. Believe that, you know that.
And then I got to experience a little bit of that because you're constantly in this creative, you know, space. Like even here, setting up, you wanted to do the vlog, have the photo, and like have the whole experience recorded. That I thought was dope. But can you talk to me a little bit about like what the Mac life is and what does that really mean?
Okay, this is the slogan. It's for men and women of all ages. You and her could be a part of this, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like just a lifestyle thing that could be an organization to prepare whoever that wants to move in a certain fashion like we do, and they could be a part of it. There's all ages. There's no discrimination. You know what I'm saying? Bring yourself as you are. But if you do want to come and be a part of this movement, you have to be open-minded and prepared to work, because anything that's easy isn't worth achieving. So if you want to mess with the Mac life, be ready to work, and you're going to get all the fruits and honey and milk and bread that's going to be here. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
It's just a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So many words.
That's dope, though. Like, even the concept of you bringing that to life is dope, you know? Like, within the messages that you're bringing forth and your music and stuff, there's still this universal message of the Mac life and what that means to you and what that means to others. Like, that singular message alone pierces through, you know, all the music, because I see that and I'm like, oh, dang, what is that about? What is the Mac life about, man? And that, I think, is dope. One of the first times I caught you, I think this actually was the first time I caught you, was you had Selfie feature on one of your tracks. And I saw the music video. You guys did a dope music video at the golf course.
Right,
yeah, that was sick.
Thank you.
That was sick, man.
Thank you.
You know,
what up? That boy Fire, he got them bars, man. Bars,
how
man.
Did you guys? How did you guys link? Because he's a aficionado too.
Whole package.
Yeah, and he got bars too. Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, me and my man, we linked up in high school, but that's a good question. I don't really know, but I know we linked up at like some school skating. I remember this school that was in Fontana. I think it was called Harupa or Jarupa or some school that had this low rail, and we was skating it. I remember having a skate session. He lived close by in Fontana, something like that, and he had the S10s. And me and my man would skate. You know, we would skate and pull up the park, skate, skate. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and he
it.
would rap, but I knew he would rap because at school he would do battles.
Yeah.
And he would be rapping and doing that MC shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that shit was real cool. You know, I wasn't like on that level as just jumping in front of crowds and just spitting in front of people, you know, but I loved it, but I just didn't have that GO, you know what I mean? So I kind of stood back in the crowd with the music, but he knew that I rapped, so me and him would like have sessions on the low at the crib, just different spots, chilling, and you know what I mean? Those are very, very dope moments.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I really fucks with your style, dude. Like you can go melodic, which is not a lot of MCs can do that. I know, like that's a challenge for a lot of MCs. You putting together the hooks, you know, all that kind of stuff, the cadences. You switch cadences, but then you could go rapid fire if you wanted to. And I think that all that is dope. Plus, you come in with the storytelling and some of the bars. I don't know. They really hit. Like, it's just relatable, but it's also hard hitting too. It's like, damn, okay. So like, I think, like, I guess I want to try to ask you, like, for you, developing the style, was there any influences to that, or did it just kind of come naturally? Was it like a melting pot? Like, how did your style come about? You know, was it like constant practice? Like, how did you craft your style?
For sure practice. The answer to the question, to my style, like, developed from my father. My dad played saxophone.
Damn,
he plays saxophone.
That's dope.
Like he plays saxophone. He has all of them, tenor, alto, you know, he got some joints. And I would always listen to him playing them. He plays one song. So these different like melodies and different like you know, chords and keys were constantly in my life. And he even had me play the trumpet in school and different things like that. It faded off me. I didn't want to play it. You know what I'm saying? I want to skateboard, Dad. I want to be a rebel. I'm out of here. Cool on that, man. I'm about to skate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me, you know? And, you know, I would always have those melodies in my head. So I would would sing songs a lot because I would have that, you know what I mean? I had that going I had the cool house. My parents played music and cook food, soul food every weekend. So all the homies are coming to my parents' house in Rialto in the country clubs, and they're going to get a plate of food. That's real talk. Everybody would come to my mom and dad's house, get a plate of food, and they're going to get a record. I'm going to make a record. We're going to be in the backyard in the studio. My dad built this shed, handmade a shed. You know what I'm saying? And I had the lab.
And that's the studio? That's
yeah.
The studio? Oh, that's
it's
sick,
one of
dude.
the studios, but it's in the episodes. It's in the day-to-days. Go back in the days and the day-to-days. The day-to-days is 10 years old. I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, or maybe 9 years ago.
Just crazy. That's almost like when YouTube almost started almost.
Right,
yeah, that's crazy.
right. We were in the shed back there. My dad made the shed. We did records right there. You know, we got them on there rolling with the Mac Lives, but before the YouTube and stuff, I was in the garage on the washer and dryer with the thick ass Dell computer, like this thick, dude, heavy. Damn, dude. And I would have it in my backpack. I was on my backpack shit with the laptop, and I would set up and record anywhere I was at. And my friends would be like, Ira, he's doing it again. He got the mic and he's rapping. He's doing it again. Like, come on. We want to like chill and be normal.
Yeah.
You know, I would always see my friends and, you know, and see opportunity for public value as walking banners for different entities and different things, for different individuals that I would come across, because everybody has a talent if they don't know it or not.
Yeah.
It's just about
that's crazy.
The right confidence and the right person in front of them to get that out of them. And that's what I'm here for.
That's bars, dude. That's bars right there.
That's what I'm here for.
You dropped the latest single, Better Days, man. Props to you on that track. That track is dope, dude.
Thank you.
What led to the creation of Better Days? What led to that?
This is ill. I was skating with my homie Chucky. What up? What up? I was skating with my homie Chucky. Yeah, Jesse Drill. Y'all know him. He tatted freaking my boy. Another dude when I came to Rialto in 94, 93. you know, he embraced me like my other
that's
brothers.
sick, yeah.
My other
That's
brothers, he embraced me and gave me a hug and like showed me like pretty much everything. Him
That's
and
dope.
Tyson Mazzano,
That's dope.
you know, they embraced me and just showed me Rialto.
That's sick.
But I was skating with him, and we made a skate video called Better Days. Go check that out. That's on YouTube.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like
dude.
10 years ago, I think like 7, 8 years ago. Go check that out. We got the whole Rialto on that joint, and it's the illest shit. Me and my brothers, you feel me? But and I thought about that video, and I was like, oh shoot, that was a dope moment. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna name a song after that, dude. Like that was cool.
Legit.
Yeah, I was skating at those ledges at the Inland Center Mall. Those ledges.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah, I was skating those ledges, and I thought about that day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna name a song that. So, yeah, I got the name from that, and the actual song was me getting out of a relationship. I kind of got out of a relationship. I kind of knew it was over, but I didn't know it was over. But then I really got the confirmation, so I was like, oh yeah, you know what? That's cool. Because, you know, I was kind of limited on the things I wanted to do. So now I'm able to spread my wings and don't have no doubt or no guilt for what I'm going to move forward to.
Yeah, you can fully focus to what you were trying to do.
And let me get this out the way.
Yeah.
I was never doing anything wrong in the first place.
Right.
But it was just me overthinking the possibility of growing together with somebody on something I love. But I have to do it alone, and this will be all right.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. I got my brothers, you know what I mean, with me. So, you know what I mean? They always say in the long haul, you'll see who's really down. So
that's super dope, dude.
It is what it is.
You mind plugging this up for me? Right here. Plug it into that one. And then if you could just hit close on that. Yeah, right there. And then just plug that one in there. Thank you. No worries. We're just working in real time, real life here on the pod. Professionals. Yeah, so... Man, so I think it's really dope, man. You know, even these drops that you have, like singles like this, when you pop up and like, you know, drop the whole thing, like it's sick, dude. I really am a fan, dude. I enjoy the music that you're making. I think the beats are hard hitting too. Production, who's behind the production, man?
Man, I'm doing the beats, man. That NPC life.
Dude, props on those beats.
Thank you, man.
So
I really mean that means a lot to me, dude. That really does, because I really don't know, because I'm kind of locked in my dungeon. I don't come outside, so I don't really know. You know, I'm just making music.
So dope, man. It really sounds professional to me. Like, and then not only that, but it's like you're creating a sound out here. You know,
I'm really trying.
Yeah, you're creating our sound, which is dope, dude. Yeah, peace to that, G. And then I always respect an artist that does full circle like that, like production and writes and delivers and performs. Like, dude, that's mad respect, man. I always give a little bit more respect to an artist that does full circle like that. There's nothing wrong with not doing it or just really focusing just on the lyrics. Nothing's wrong with that, but just saying, it's just there's only a few that fall in that category, you know, that does full circle like that. That's like the ultimate way to really convey the message or the sound that you're really, like, it's a true, this is coming from you, which is, you know, that's kind of special in itself, you know.
Thank you, brother.
But
you know,
yeah, it's dope.
You know, I just watch the greats and just try to be like them.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, 100. Keep it real, man. I just watch the greats and try to be like them, man.
Yeah.
Try to mimic them, pick up little things that they do.
There's some music videos that you have out there, or even vlogs, where you're one of the most notable spots that you be at is Rose's Market.
Oh, all day, baby. Shout out to Roses.
Yes, dude.
Shout out to our town's greatest bodega before bodega talking and popping was really what it really was. But this is what's really going to go down right now, man. We're going to have to get that bodega back popping. We're going to have to get that food coming out that door, man. We're going to have to get some food or something going.
Again, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to get those hot meals coming out that store, man, because that was legendary. That Rosa burger with a fry, with a drink.
I used to get the burritos there.
You know what I'm talking about? Those Rosa chili cheese fries on a summer day when you got the tank top on and the shorts with the chancas on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the baddie in the ride.
Real
you know what I'm
quick.
saying?
Real
You got
quick.
about a gallon and a half of gas. You don't even got no gas, but you can slide to Rosa's real quick, get that burger.
Pick up whatever you want, some chips, some soda, whatever, along with it. Yeah.
And have just enough gas to get back home.
Right, real quick.
You know what I'm talking about?
And it's been there for so long, too. It was just dope, you know.
Staple.
Yeah.
I floss Roses because that's a growth spur location for me.
Yeah.
Because as a little kid, I was there on the minimum days and etc.
Yeah.
And I've seen niggas get their ass whooped up there. I've seen people scared to get out their car because of gang situations. They just can't go. You know, that's to whoever, whatever situation.
It's one of those spots that could be sketchy for those.
Yes,
who don't know. It could be sketchy.
It could be sketchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's all about how you moving, you know?
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? Another thank you to Roses for having my posters still on the door. I've had those posters on that door for years, advertising my tapes. And Alex,
they're ill.
Everybody,
they're
thank you.
Yeah, the owners of that, they're real like down to earth people too, which is sick. You know, that makes it even better.
I talked to him about the promo. I think I did a drop mic performance, and one of the guys would come and open up the store, and he's opening up the store looking at me with the drop mic, like, what are you doing? I'm like, it was just too sick, you know? I've had episodes there. Oh, my goodness. I've shot so many videos.
Yeah.
And freaking, what did I want to say about Roses, man? It's one of my dreams. I want to be on top of Roses' roof with the drone flying, music video lit. I don't care. Dope, I gotta get that before I check out of this God's green earth. I have to be on Roses with the helicopter flying, with the music video, with the whole crew, with everybody up there, and we lit out. Not everybody, the roof might cave in, but you know, just a lot of people up there, and it's lit. That's one of my dreams of Roses.
This just reminded me, and you guys can see on who's watching, you know, why I fucks with ID Mak. You know, somebody complimented you, and I agreed with this compliment to you. They said, I don't know if it was Fire Lane or Fast Lane. I'm trying to remember.
Fire Lane. Yeah.
He complimented you.
He's a legend.
He said that, he goes, ID Mak.
That's a trap king.
He said he's a true visionary. Right away, that clicked, and I was like, yep, I could tell he's a visionary. And the way you were just describing all that right now, I was like, he sees the full picture before it even comes about, you know. That's a true sign of a pure, legit artist, dude. And my compliments to you on that.
Thank you, man.
Dude, because
shout out to Fire Lane.
That whole vision would be a fire-ass video.
Tell me that would be dope.
Fire-ass video.
I have to. I don't know how it's going to work out. It's just, it's not like it can't be done.
Right.
But it's just, I think the right timing.
Right.
I don't even think money's the issue. It's just the timing.
Right. It's just the timing. That's it.
I mean, and one more thing I want to say about Roses.
Yeah.
It was another thing I would do. I love going up there and getting my outfit pictures because I'm from the north side of Rialto. Roses is the north side of Rialto, so that's why I'm doing that. I'm representing the north side of Rialto. We're in my area. Yeah. And when I get a new vehicle, I'm going to pull up my vehicle in front of Roses, and I'm going to flex on y'all motherfucking asses. I'm about to pull up in front of Roses in my new whip and flex. That's what that's about. If you didn't know, I think y'all knew, but you know I had to break it down.
Yeah, that's so dope.
You know what I mean?
So like when you do pull up like that, and I've seen you did a music video. This is a fire ass song too. I can't remember the hook right now.
They don't like me.
They don't like me.
Yeah.
That video was so fire, and I think you have. I don't know if it's your kids.
Yeah, it's my babies.
It's your babies. Okay.
Yeah.
Fire ass video.
Thank you.
When you're doing something like that though, like, is there people walking around like,
for sure,
like, what is he doing? Like, what
for sure. I have to have pep talks with my children. I'm like, kids, look, this is a video for daddy, and daddy's just having fun. Yeah. So you guys, when we're at home and y'all all bad and shit, do that on video. I tell them to do that, and then they just turn up. You know what I'm saying? They get kind of shy when people come, but I say, don't look at them, kids. Look through them.
Yeah. Damn.
And then it clicks.
Damn, dude. That's some gems right there. Wanted to talk about, man, there's a lot to talk about. Your latest album, which was dropped in 2023, I think. Right? Is that the latest one? 1984? Or do you have another one after that?
1984 was my last album.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fire ass album, dude.
You are doing research.
Yeah, dude.
Sheesh.
Yeah, dude. I was listening through that, and it's very cohesive.
Different place.
Very cohesive, and like a full, like I felt full. Like, you know, like when you listen to music, sometimes you're left like not finished.
Yes.
This felt like complete. Like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. I think the first few tracks like immediately hit hard. The Cat's Paw one hit hard.
Ooh.
Leader hit hard. A lot of real stuff you're dropping in there. And it's like, damn, dude, that's some real talk.
Yeah.
but then I like how you switch
grown folk talk.
Yeah.
Grown up, adult talk.
Yes. And the beats all complement that, so it really brings it to life. But then like you switch up the even like the mood. You switch up the mood, and you'll go into like something like The Damned, which is like cool because it's like more melodic, and like it switches up.
I'm damned if I do.
Damned if I don't.
I'm damned if I don't.
It's a dope track, dude. Very dope track, man. Then after that, something like that, you'll go into 909 Boys, which is a little bit more hard.
909 Boys.
Yeah.
Right. Then
dope.
with what's the name at the end of it? What was his name? Giving the game at the end of the game from $1 million worth of game. It was Rollo giving the game to Dirk. But that's real talk. I admire knowledge, and the opportunity is yours to take the game that's given, because you could get mad at it or you could take it in stride.
Yeah.
A lot of times we get mad at one another for real talk, and we don't be friends no more. We fall out.
Yeah.
So maturity and growth can make a man.
Yeah. Where were you like as far as creating that project? Like where were you when that, what type of space?
I was definitely in a different place. I was drunk. Yeah, I was drunk. Yeah, I was drinking heavy. I was.
Are you drinking as much now, or is it like just that time? What was the reasons? I guess I would say for the drinking.
Yeah, I'm actually sober.
Dang,
sober now. It's been about 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years on June. On Father's Day, it will be 2 years of no alcohol. And that's been my. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, 2 years. No alcohol. I'm smoking that tree, but no drinking. That's over with. I'll drink a water.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to the club and have a sparkling water, type joint.
Yeah.
But that album right there, it was me on the downfall of the downfall and just the meltdown. But I was developing an interest in knowledge. So I was digging really deep into information. So I was taking so much knowledge in and drinking out of frustration of different issues, but then still making the music. So as I was making the music, I was angry and over talking my emotions and thoughts. So I kind of backed off and wrote the songs at work. That's what I do at work. I was working at a warehouse, and it was up and down because I was in and out of jobs, getting fired here, getting Simon ended here because it was an agency thing. Right. So my money wasn't consistent, so I was kind of stressed. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm catching the bus. You know what I mean? I'm walking. I'm even riding a bike. I wouldn't ride the skateboard because their skateboard is a tool I use to learn and build and mold, not transportation. You won't catch me riding a skateboard for transportation.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. But I was going through all those things. So I was making these songs. I was at work making these songs in my my phone. And each day I would had 8 hours to make a song. So I was busting them out at work, going over them, and I would record them, and then I would drink more. But I was trying not to drink because I was in trouble with the law at the same time.
Yeah,
and
so you're trying to give that some space now.
Yeah, so it was real frustrating. But I made the title 1984 because of my birthday when I was born. So it was me.
It's a dope title too.
It was me, but it wasn't me. It was like me trying to tell myself to stop drinking and get your life together. 1984, this is when you were born. This is not what you were put here to be. So we come again, be born again kind of thing. Be born again type thing.
That's crazy, dude. I'm mind fucking blown right now, dude.
And the cat's paw, that is a metaphor, or it's a parable, or however you want to put it. But I got it out of a book. It's 48 Laws of Power, by a great
book too,
by a great author. You know what I mean? If you guys know, I I visit it quite often actually, because taking it in one time is not enough. So you're taking notes and things, you touch topics and etc. And if you guys don't have time to read, go ahead and download Audible, and that will change your life. Download Audible, you know what I mean, and you'll be getting books every month, and you'll be getting up knowledge, and you'll be giving game out. Yeah, cat's paw is a position that you could be put somebody in, and then it's no good. So basically, you could put have somebody do something for you in the dirty work, and then you get all the money and reap all the benefits, and they get nothing. They could like literally just die off, and it wouldn't matter to you because you got everything you wanted, and you were just totally using them to get where you wanted to be. So it was just a title I thought of, and in the industry, you could get a record deal or get signed or get whatever, but then, you know, you owe them everything they gave you, almost like they say it's a loan. They give you a big-ass loan, and then you have to pay them back all that shit you gave them. I don't want to get caught up in that. I'm not going to go against the grain of what I believe in. I'm going to stand on my 10 toes and deliver this music from my experiences. I'm an old man, you know what I mean? So to say at my age I shouldn't be rapping, but I feel if your lyrics are timeless, you'll never be old. You'll never grow old if your lyrics are timeless and they're things that resonate with the day-to-day lifestyles that we live. So, you know.
Man, dude. I fuck with all that, dude. That's straight up just bars, dude.
I'm sorry, I talk a lot. I'm trying to keep it simple.
Dude, I
dumb
love
it down.
Nah, because I'm taking it all in, dude, because I'm applying this to myself as well, man. I also listened to the Bodega. We just talked a little bit about that, but you actually created a mixtape on it, dude.
Yes, sir.
Fire.
Thank you.
Fire, dude. Fire. I liked Outside. I think that track was really dope. Lawless 2 was dope. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank
a lot
you.
of bangers on this mixtape here. I mean, I can obviously tell where the inspiration was. Roses, we just talked about.
For sure.
But
and one thing I want to touch on that before you. Okay, the Bodega, that project was at the end of my harshness in my production. One of the homies, we were playing golf.
Yeah.
And we were drinking, you know who you are. You know who you are. Me and my boy, we was playing golf, and we were drinking bottles of Bel Air.
Damn.
And I was blowing kush, and we were shooting golf, playing music, right? And, you know, I was kind of like feeling myself, like all of my ego, all of my bag, like it's about to go. The keys touch down, B. We better go uptown, and we better get all the packs off. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I was looking at it like that. So we were playing golf, and I was talking about the album to my man, and he was like, hey, dude, look. Your music sucks because it's harsh. Your music sucks. It sounds harsh. I was like, what? Who are you talking to? He told me, he was like, yeah, dude, your mixing, it sounds harsh. So you got to work on that in those areas. You know what I mean? You could do this and that with, I have people that could just do the joint and et cetera, or whatever. But I was just like, nah, I really don't want to do that. I kind of want to do my own thing. You know what I mean? But I took in what he said. It took a moment for it to digest. I was upset. I was frustrated. But then it was one of the greatest things could ever happen to me, because he actually took time to listen to the music and told me his honest opinion, and I took that and ran with it. So I started learning and digging deeper on my engineering, what I need to work on.
Damn.
I started bringing those levels down when I started recording. I had those levels all the way up.
Yeah.
Then I'm putting all my effects on, and then I'm trying to mix it, and it's already high. How is it going to sound good, dude? You know what I mean? And thank you, bro. I love you for you telling me that. And I was kind of frustrated, but, you know, I know now, and I'm just so glad that you told me that.
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's good to have
Bodega.
Sometimes people around you like that.
Yes, Bodega was the last project that was like that kind of crazy. The other ones, they were coming, there were transformations from the different like products and mixing and programs and DAWs I was using. Yeah. But then once it got to 1984, that's when I took his advice and my mixing started to get better. On the 1984, that's when you
could tell, yeah. Like
you see what I'm saying?
You could tell, yeah.
Yes.
It felt more professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other ones, this album Bodega was like bangers. It was like raw, which I liked. I
Yeah.
still liked it. It was just raw, but then you could tell there was like there was a professional growth there.
Right.
You could tell.
I took his advice and I ran with that. I was like, okay, damn, this is what I miss. I need to work on this. Because you know what I mean? Because he's dropping records that sound dope and they're so clear. I'm like, damn, I got to get my sound like that.
Right. Damn. I wanted to ask you, since you've been doing it for quite a while out here, you know, has there been anybody out here that you like recognize, like, oh, dang, they got some serious talent, like they're dope?
Yeah.
Even somebody who's not like, you know, not really known, just like locally though, that's in your circle, you've seen like, oh man, these guys are fire, and like might inspire you too.
Not really, just ID Mak and the Mac life. You know what I mean? Just ID Mak and the Mac life.
Well, it's dope, dude. Like sometimes, you know, you inspire yourself. Like, you know, that's a thing too. Like
I really, you know what I mean? I just be trying to work on myself to get a better version of myself. So, you know what I mean? Like they say in recovery, it's kind of selfish. You got to be kind of selfish. You got to remember to start to love yourself before you love others. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I would say myself.
That's dope. It's fire. I didn't get to listen all the way through to Ladies Night. I think I got midway in there. Can you talk to me about Ladies Night, and like, you know, what was the inspiration behind Ladies Night? It was
all my beats. That's all my production.
That's dope.
That's what's beautiful about that project.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? That project, that's when I got the MPC 1, and it was during COVID. So I was stuck in the house, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm like, you know what? I got to blow up in a way that's different. So let me go get an MPC. I've never done this before. I got to jump in the water, get those feet wet.
Right.
When I got the MPC 1, you know what I mean? And it was one of the best things in my life I've ever done. My father told me, hey, son, you're not shit unless you make your own music, boy. You ain't doing it right.
That's dope.
You got to make your own music, then you doing it right. If you ain't doing that, you ain't doing nothing. That's how he got at me, you know what I mean? So I went and bought the MPC 1, and I started making that project. I made all those beats, wrote all those tracks, and then I got a new DAW. That's when I started working with Cubase. On that one, I was doing Cubase. The other projects, I was using Acid Pro, y'all. And I'm a Dell dude, man. I'm rocking with that Dell. I ain't got that Mac. I'm not going to go get that Mac. I'm not hating on the Mac because I'm a Mac. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You know, I got the Apple phone. It's like that, but I like the Dell. But still, it's Dell, baby. Yeah, but I made all those beats, dude, and I wrote all the songs, and I'm proud of that project. And thank you for asking that. That's why the new project that's going to drop 2025 entitled The Alumni. It's going to be all my beats.
Hell yeah.
All my tracks on The Alumni. It's going to be all my beats. So it was Ladies Night. That was all my beats.
Right.
Now, a couple years later, we got The Alumni, and that's going to be all my production, all my beats.
That's dope.
So, you know, you guys can see the growth and just see where I've been at. I've been working on this project for a year and a half, and I've just been making beats, as you guys been seeing on YouTube and et cetera. I just haven't dropped it because I've just been cooking up, and I'm making sure that I have a lot of songs to pick from so I can pick the best ones.
Fire. Did you go by another alias before ID Mak?
Never. It's always been ID Mak. Okay. It's an acronym for my name.
Okay.
Ira, D is my middle name, and then M for my last name, McCrae. You know what I mean? So IDM.
That's dope.
I took it from my dad. My dad's big ID Mak. Now I'm little ID Mak. And then my son is IP Mak because his middle name got switched because of the mama had to switch the name. She didn't have to do all that. You didn't even have to do all that, but you did. It's good. We good now.
Yeah.
You know. How you doing?
Dude, you've been doing the music videos and early production, dude. I think I've seen you know, a music video where you're young, dude. I don't know. Am I right on that? Or
yeah, doing it for a long time. Yeah, it's been about 12 years now. I looked at the YouTube. The very first video that was dropped with my homeboy Hirsch Nasty, one of the original Mac Life members. You know what I'm saying? Dope. I went through a series of different artists. I've went through that whole thing, man. It's a very stressful thing being a producer and running your own business. You know what I'm saying? But his name was Hirsch Nasty. His name still is Hirsch Nasty to God. You know, that's my man. You know what I mean? I'm here, family. You know what I mean? Hit my line. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You always my brother. You know what I'm saying? But it was called home. It was called The Hands of the Hold or Hands of Time. It was called Hands of Time. Oh my gosh, I love that song and I love that verse. And it was my first project. I have 11 mixtapes with uniformed videos and interviews from the beginning. And that's a catalog. That's a catalog. Yep. Okay, and but I shot it on a little square camera, the Kodak one for like $45, and it was my mom's camera, and she was like, "Where's my camera at?" And I took it, and I was like, "Mom, I gotta shoot a video." You know what I mean? She's like, and my mom is my best fan. She always supported me no matter what. You know what I'm saying? She's even seen me cry with frustration with artists and different things.
That's dope.
But shot it with a little small camera, and there was a online site that was called J-Cut that glitched when you uploaded one clip. It glitched. That. You know what I'm saying? You were a real one then. So you were a real one. You real. You didn't just jump into this pool of this just because the clout. You did it for the love. Yeah, that's when it's a lovely thing every day. You never will hate something you love.
Right. But you don't forget that because that's the journey. You know
that part. Yeah. That part. That's it just gets deep. I could philosophize stuff. But so and it would glitch when you put the clips in there, and it's like, oh, it sucks. I can't do this. And I was like, oh my God. But I would edit those videos. I would take time on something that could take maybe a couple of hours. It would take a week or two or something. Right. But I would edit them on there, and I was so happy. That's when YouTube just started. But I was using a little square camera, online site, and got that channel going. We had 100 and some videos on there, and I lost the password, so I was
I had the same situation.
I tried everything. I talked to Google, YouTube, all the videos, tutorials, different phones, different IP addresses. Dude, then the illest thing about it was the number that was connected to it. I didn't have it no more. I couldn't get it again. I couldn't buy it back. I couldn't do anything.
It's tied to that number.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, dude. So same situation for me too.
So I branded my name from there.
That's where you. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it went from the Mac Life to ID Mak, so they both go together. The umbrella is the Mac Life, and then I'm one of the businesses that's running from that. You know what I mean? That's how I'm doing it with the LLC too. But you know what I'm saying? That's a whole another story.
Damn, dude, that's dope, man. I was gonna say though, I have the original Nesquik under YouTube. So if you do YouTube /Nesquik, it's me, but I don't have access to that account.
Right.
I can't log into it. Like,
I would love to see that channel.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I got to get that so I can look at it afterwards. How many videos you got on there?
Nah, it was so like amateur stuff, dude. Like
that's sick though.
Yeah, it's just like we're just fucking around, you know.
That's dope though.
I don't know what's on there anymore. Maybe just random movies or whatever I was trying to make at the time.
That's hard. Like movies?
Yeah, like little skit movies.
Oh, that's hard. You don't think that's hard? You never sat back and looked at it?
I've seen it a couple of times just to laugh, but yeah. I just wished I had access to it because I thought that was such a dope. To get a handle like that on YouTube now is like impossible.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I can't access it though.
You know the illest thing? I'm just digging for knowledge once, and I seen that some blogger was talking about how the engine on Instagram or stuff kind of goes to just what you like instead of what you want.
Right.
So it's like the odds of people actually seeing your stuff is like 0 to none.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're watching famous people all day and they don't care about a shit about you prior to the people that kind of are in the same position.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah, you're right about that. Speaking of that though, like how do you face those challenges with like algorithms and stuff like that like, how do you work with that as being an artist promoting your stuff? Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of a letdown sometimes when you don't get the momentum or low-key viral. I will call it low-key viral because it's not like worldwide, but when you get hits on something that goes good, that, okay, I did it. I landed the nail on it. And it's really, in reality, timing. Because
that's a factor. As an independent artist, you're kind of fighting the system still, right? In social media. And I used to have that cut in here from Dr. Dre. Still.
Yeah. I used to have that. That's hard. But bringing that back.
Yeah, we have to bring that back. But like, how do you face that challenge with the algorithms and stuff? Because I feel like it's changed too.
Oh, wow. I just put it out and don't care what happens. I used to get butthurt about it. I used to look at my phone for maybe 25 minutes. I would sometimes let the green light come on and jump off real quick. Boop. You know what I mean? But now I just drop it and then just let it come out, and whatever it does, it does. But I'm not even going to hold you on that and cap you or gas you. I'm doing my joint at a certain time of the day. There's a strategy with this. Everybody gets up in the morning around 7 o'clock in between 8 and 9. You need to drop that joint in between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning when people are brushing their teeth or they're rubbing on them booty cheeks on their baby or they feeding their baby or they getting the kids to school. They're going to hold the phone and look at that joint. Drop that content early in the morning in between the hours of commuting to work or to the grind. Later in the day, drop that joint in between the time of people getting off of work, getting out of school, or getting ready to relax. That would be around 3 o'clock to 4 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to keep that thing going and just keep working.
You know, I wanted to ask you, because I'm curious as an artist, you know, the writing process. Some artists will, you know, write in studios, some, you know, write at home, some go to a park. You know, how is the writing process for ID Mak?
It changes because I'm just lately learning that the titles are important with the song. The title has to go with the song, and the song has to go with the video, and the momentum and the BPM has to match the visual, and etc. But my writing process is I take walks. Sometimes I'll take a walk and roll me a good one and just play the song and listen to it and get ideas and think of interactions I've had throughout that week that inspired the song, and take bus rides. I take bus rides. Sounds weird. I got a car. I'll park my Benz, you know what I mean, in front of my house, and I'll go walk to the bus stop. And I jump on the bus, and I'll ride the bus around the city, and I just look at things that are life. Like, I just look at life on that bus and take little things we take for granted and make music out of them, make poetry out of them, you know, because I know times I've been in jail. I'm not a good boy, you know what I mean? I got an F on my report card, unfortunately. But I would be in there, and I would have ideas. This last time I was in there, I had ideas of songs, and I could not write those songs down or express the ideas and remember them. Oh, I couldn't remember them. Yeah. I would be like singing these things, and they were just brilliant to me, which they probably were average now, but they were so great to me because I was in there.
Or they could have been like super dope, like,
you know,
$1 billion ideas, you know?
You know, and I would forget them, and I'd be like, dang, I don't remember them. So I would write songs. I'm writing songs in jail, you know what I mean? I'm writing songs, and I think I might have recorded one or two of them. I have a lot of ideas from my last situation that are at home, actually. I'm going to put them on wax, but I think I put about one song on wax. I actually have one song that I did write in there that I'm going to sample a record, and I'm going to make it, and I think it's going to be a really big record, and I'm very happy about it, and I see the visual, I hear the record, and it's something that you guys will remember what it is, and you guys are going to remember me by it too, for sure. But for my writing process, I take walks, I ride the bus, I ride the train. I even ride the train and think about that. At work, I got 8 hours at work.
That's fire.
Okay, I have the option to kind of put my head down and listen and just do my job. Yeah. So when I do have an open window, I'm going to write music. I write music in my phone. I voice note songs. I'll voice note it like do-do-do-do, and then come back to it and add things, you know, just getting where I fit in. But I'm going to get my reps in. Like working out, I'm writing those bars. I'm writing that stuff, getting that content out for sure.
Yeah, definitely inspiring, man. I was telling you earlier that like you're creating a sound for Rialto, you know, like the Rialto sound, which we didn't really have, you know. So I think it's dope because I'm hearing your.
Never thought about it like that.
I'm hearing your production. I'm hearing all like your flows and everything like that, and I'm like, okay, this is a sound out here. This is what we are, you know. So I thought that was dope. And then like, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you think Rialto or Inland Empire? How do you think it influences the music to you?
Heavy. Our city is like Harlem. You got to be fly in the toe. And Rialto, if you ain't coming with your A game on your drip, you ain't shit. Right. If you ain't coming with your drip, you ain't shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's a proven fact. I ain't never experienced it in my life. I when I first hit high school, they looking at you like, let me see your T-shirt. Let me see that tag. Right. Come here. Let me see that tag. Are you legit or that ain't it? You know what I mean? The roasting sessions and just the whole unity, almost on a cult following, as I mean, you know what I mean? Like in a positive sense, though. Like everybody would structure each other in a brother, sister vibe, and it was just dope thing to see. That love in our city. Everybody saying the toe. You know your city's legit when you abbreviate it. I think we got our town.
Yeah, that's our
We got the toe. Right. We got 909. The 909. Yeah. We got the IE.
The IE, yep.
You know, the Inland Empire. So, you know what I mean? Just that whole love for the city thing. And if you got some dusty, dirty shoes, don't come through. You can put on the dusty Vans, though. The dusty Vans, those look cold. Those look dope. You could put on the dusty Chucks. Those are dope. That's the only drip you could come with a stain on. If you coming through this thing, don't have a stain, or you got to go that way. Real talk.
You know, what's funny is like I did a music video, a little, well, not a full music video, but like a kind of like a promo in front of Rialto Coins. But
I actually that was hard. I seen that.
I found yours.
Oh, you seen that?
Yeah, I seen yours that you were doing in front of Rialto Coins. I was like, oh, dude, like real ones know, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that part.
Real ones know. So like I thought that was dope that you've managed to take these iconic places in Rialto,
landmarks,
put them on film. And like you did it with Brothers Pizza, I think I saw. You know, we mentioned Rose's Market, Rialto Coins, other spots.
So if I came up with that spot, man, I was like, what? We are brothers. Why not have brothers?
That was sick. Dude.
That was smart.
Yeah, very smart. What other like iconic places do you find around in Rialto that like stand out to you?
Any spot that accept EBT. If you ain't got no P from baby, come slide with me, and she gonna be where she wanna be. You hear me? Because that EBT comes with a fee. Okay? So now, on Foothill, there's a spot that's in a parking lot right by a pawn shop that used to be there. They're taking EBT, and everything up in there is hot, man. They serving it like it's the value of cash. So walk up in that thing, man, and get your issue. You know what I mean? Louisiana chicken on baseline. They taking EBT now. You know what I mean? You could go up there and swipe and get right. You know what I mean? If you got 2 or 3 little chicken dinners, but you ain't quite full yet, you could break it down in 3 different little situations and get it in with each one with the swipe. And this ain't no hype. You know what I mean? It's just real talk. You know what I mean? But now, if I want to get fancy in Rialto, I'm about to pull up to, let me think. I think I'm about to go to, I'm not going to do fancy. I'm real regular. I think I'm about to pull up over there right by Sycamore and go get that pollo chicken right there. I don't know if y'all know about that pollo chicken right there.
Blockbuster used to be?
Yes, where the Blockbuster used to be at. Yeah. It's a mom and pops.
Yeah, that's fire.
Mom and pops location. You see how I'm enunciating the mom and pops establishments, because we got to keep that type of money in the community, because they're trying to take all our money and spend our money. We paying for the money that we make. And it's hard to get the money that we make, and we really ain't getting the value for the dollar these days. So we got to make sure we invest our money back into our people. Period.
Yeah, that's fire. I was gonna say, if you can, mention any inspirations behind, because you also have like your own brand, right? As far as like fashion, or am I mistaken on that? Like clothing or.
I just have an eye for fashion, and it's kind of like a marketing thing, because Mac Life is now is the brand. It's the record label,
Yeah.
the Mac Life.
Right.
You know, for instance, I ain't trying to throw names out there. You know, like Rockefeller.
Right.
Or Def Jam.
Yeah.
You know, you see that logo everywhere. You remember on the end of that video when they had the Rockefeller jackets and the what tour was that? Backstage tour, and Monica was, could I stay? Could I go? I don't know. One more, you know what I mean? In that video, Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest nigga on the 6, used to Willie bicycle since I was, you know what I'm talking about? But anyway, on the jackets, they had Def Jam on the back of the jacket. So I like how they kept it real simple and really visible. See, when a logo or something is visible on something that's used on the daily, that's walking marketing. You know what I mean? You know, social value, they could talk about it. You know, public items, they can see it, touch it, it's tangible. So now it came from off YouTube onto a bag, onto a hat, onto a shirt. And I'm just going to keep it real simple like that. I'm not going to branch out and really get real boutique-ish with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am working with my sewing machine. I blew the dust off it. I'm back with it. And I might be doing some limited edition pieces, like remaking and recustomizing certain items that are kind of on the high-end level, but kind of putting some drip and twist to it, and go ahead and sell those online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain items, maybe 5 or 2 or 3 of them.
I definitely see that, you know, because you have
Like maybe
you already
this
have
one.
the eye already with the like, you know, with the whole fashion. It's like, it's ill, dude. It's like different.
This is a Dickie top with the Mac Life ML. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
But it's a Dickie top, and it's personally handmade by me. So the value of the actual item will grow in a way because I made it. It's coming from the man. You know what I mean? So I'm basically just pushing my ideas into the product by the business being the Mac Life, putting the brand on different items to keep it in people's mouths around the area.
Yeah.
I'm starting with the bag. The bag is going to be an item that's going to have the name on it, and it's going to be at every grocery store. It's going to be at the mall. It's going to be at your baby daddy house, at your dude's house, at your side chick's house, or wherever.
You know,
what
we're
I
gonna
mean?
need a sticker from you, G. We'll put it right here, right on camera.
Yeah.
Every episode,
That sounds good.
the Mac Life. I want to promote people from like Rialto or people I'm fucking with, like, you know, on the back of this, because it's always on here, but it's blank.
Right.
You know?
That's
It'd
a
be-
very good idea.
It'd be cool to like shout out people like that are doing it like you, like that. Sick. That'd be dope. So like also too with your current, like, you have something in the works, right? Like something like people could look out for, you're currently working, right, on new music and stuff?
For sure, every day. Every day.
What's currently inspiring you these days?
I'm kind of like in this butterfly mode, kind of like in this like emo, kind of like laid back, kind of R&B, kind of hip hop, kind of boo bamp kind of vibe. You know what I mean? I got this single that's dropping on 420 called Broken. You know what I mean? And it's something special, man. It's a record that I wrote out of being upset and frustrated and heartbroken and surprised, but I'm alive. I'm still here. You know what I mean? So life goes on. Yep. So I made the record, and it's called Broken, and I made the beat. It's all my production, and we got the video. I'm shooting the video with my nephew. My nephew is my cameraman.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? So I put all the knowledge that I know into him, and he's only 13, man. What 13-year-old, you know, out here shooting flicks like this, getting all of this knowledge? You know, I was always told I can't be like my daddy, but I'm going to try my damnedest to be greater than him. You know what I mean? I'm going to take what he taught me and try to be the damnedest that I could be. Those are big shoes to fill. We're not trying to be our fathers. We're trying to take what they teach us and do You know what I mean? Expand and do better. You know what I mean? Do better. You know what I mean? But yeah. My nephew's gonna shoot that joint. We're gonna go out, get a hotel. We're about to spend a weekend at a disclosed location, and we're gonna shoot, and it's gonna be very cinematic. That's what I'm aiming for this next video. Broken, it got to be cinematic. I'm not accepting no shots that's not cinematic. You feel me? Last video, nephew crashed the drone. Nephew crashed the drone. Better Days video. So it's all good. I love you. You know, you see generations. I'm gonna break this down real quick. Generations. My father was there. My father was like, son, you're not mad? Boy, that's a lot of money. And I was like, Father, don't get upset, Dad. Like, you know, that's how you learn from experiences. These are experiences that are expensive that you kind of learn from because of the fact of the value of the item. But the lesson is in the experience, not the value of the money. So now by him learning how to fly this thing that cost money gave him the experience to be able to know how to approach a situation like that next time when it's presented to him without being afraid. So that door will open up for him to be able to be confident enough to perform that. My father is old school. So old school. Boy, oh, I gotta whoop you. What you know? You know,
belt right now.
I'm getting the belt right now. He because of the fear or the unawareness of the growth of the situation with generations for these things.
Same way, dude. It's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we gotta open up these doors for new opportunities without being afraid of the value for the money. You know what I mean? So I got it in the shop right now getting worked on. It's no big deal. He'll be flying it again. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? That's why we go to work and invest in the things we want without bickering.
Man, dropping gems all day, man.
That's my daddy. I love him, but, you know, I had to like, hold on, daddy. I learn things from my dad every day. My dad is starting to learn things from me. You know what I mean?
See those videos, be like, what?
What up, Big ID Mak? Yeah.
Shout out to Big ID Mak, man.
Hell yeah, my daddy's cool. You got to come get a plate, man. You're welcome. You're welcome to my bro. You could come knock on my door. My parents, they loving people. We playing music and cooking is solid.
Dude, I'm there.
You got the
say it twice.
Yeah, you got the okay to come in the country clubs on the north end of the toe. You live on the north end, but you in the country clubs. You in there.
Yeah, heck yeah, bro. Much respect, G.
No doubt. It's an honor to be here with you. Yeah,
man. Same thing too. It's an honor to like be here. I told you, like, I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan of your work.
I'm a fan of you, dude. It's like I just watch. It's crazy when you just sit back and just watch. Like, dude, you know, someone came into my job and told me, dude, it was ironic to me. I still think about it sometimes. He said, you give somebody $1 million, they don't know how to act. What would they do? They're not gonna know how to act. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, get up out of here with that. What are you talking about? What you trying to say? My boss is about to cut his head off. Like, man, we don't come from that. We good over here. We ain't. And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, he tells me, I look at him, I'm like, hey, I know you, man. And he's like, yeah, I know you too. I'm like, oh, whoa. He's like, yeah, I own the club down the way. I have a private club that, you know, only private introductions and parties and organizations could be a part of it. It costs money, but whoever got the money could be part of it. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. And then after that, he says, you know, people be watching videos sometimes and they don't comment or like, but they're watching. They're watching your stuff and you don't even know, but they're watching and they're talking about it. And I was like, wow. Damn. I didn't know how to take that, but I thought about it. Yeah. It was I still think about it.
Tyler, the creator, says something like that too. He goes, you never know who's watching. He goes, I've seen people's YouTube videos who only have a few followers, but he goes, but I'm watching them. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Right.
You know, something like that. That's nuts, dude.
I haven't said nothing about this, but my phone kind of popping a little bit. You know what I mean? Dope. I got something in the works right now.
Yeah.
And he's from Atlanta. And, you know, sitting down, going to talk with some people, setting up a meeting. You know, everything costs money, but it's affordable. But, you know, All I'm gonna say, he's a legend, and I'm not all the way there, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna see what happens, and I'm excited. I couldn't believe that I looked in my DMs and I seen his name, and he makes beats, and he's made all these records for all these people, and you're talking to me?
Right.
I couldn't believe it. But, you know, I'm not going to talk about it until whatever happens, happens. So I'm just going to keep that inside, and I ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah, that's exciting, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, only like 2 people know. I hope they keep it to themselves, and we see what happens.
Now, I wanted to ask you with today's climate and hip hop and stuff, you know, because I've been kind of curious to how people like receive like what's been going on in hip hop with like Drake and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about, you know, the Drake beef and Kendrick Lamar?
All entertainment.
Yeah,
I like both of them a lot. I like Kendrick's creativity. I love his rawness. I love the gangsterness of him. I love the fact he wears Cortez with chopped up Dickie shorts and smiling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He keep it a gangster and he's smiling. That's hard to me. I love that. And I love how he'll go boop amp, and it's almost like super melodic melody with a different instrument riding the wave of the music, and it's like water flowing with Kool-Aid and then sugar, then ice, then the cup, then the person, then the person saying, that's him. He's ill like that.
Yeah.
Drake, fire. I love his music for relationship mode. Relationship mode. However my emotions are feeling, I put on Drake when it's involving a girl and stuff. I play his music sometimes when it's like for fresh. No. I play Drake's music for women. Like when I'm with women and or I'm vibing with them, or if I don't know a girl, it's social value. See? Social value. Right. Triggers in his bars. He has triggers in his wordplay that bring presence to daily activities so you can spark conversation. Conversation pieces are dropped in his music constantly. So it's a very social rapper when you're listening to him. So it's cool for settings, I would say. His music's cool for settings and for new things.
What do you think about J. Cole's approach on dropping out of the beef and stuff?
I don't think he should even comment. Just keep making the music and let it get real funky. When you see my face and I see your face, is smoke. Don't even feed into the hype, because who's telling the truth, who's not? If you know what I mean, I'm not even gonna feed into any type of beef. Say somebody disses me right now, I'm not gonna even. I don't even see you. But if you know where I live at, you know where I be at, holla at me. You know, until then there ain't no beef. Right. Ain't no beef. If you ain't gonna pull up and get at me, ain't no beef.
Right. Yeah, fire, dude.
Yeah.
Fire. Who are some, like, do you listen to any new artists that are coming out, or do you just kind of more focus on honing your own craft?
Yeah, I'm for sure listening to a lot of them. I can't even lie. I've been admiring a lot of the women artists that are dropping because they're fire ones, and they're very, very serious. Yeah. It seems like the women artists are being more serious than the dudes right now. Mm-hmm. But for the dudes, you know, the same old. I like Herbo. He be talking his shit. I love that. And then I like Salsa Walker. I like dang, it sucks his homie died. Oh. One of his homies got shot. Yeah, they were in his homie's town in Memphis or something, and they walked out of a hotel. I think the dude was trying to smoke a blunt or something, and some dudes rolled up and jumped out, some youngsters too, and they had a mini Draco, and shot the dude. It was a Spanish rapper. He was dope too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he had the braids with the breads, and Salsa Walker got shot in the leg. And they say the guy walked over Salsa Walker and walked away. He said, "Oh, it was Salsa Walker," and didn't kill him. Oh, it's you, Salsa Walker, and they backed off him and stuff. But the other guy, he got shot. He died off the first couple of shots and stuff. And then Salsa Walker's homeboy, I think, is Sosa. I forgot his boy. His a dude that he raps with Wiz Khalifa too. He's cool. They're all hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I forgot his boy's name. He grabbed Salsa Walker and brought him in the door. And they said call 911. But the dude, his artist, so it's his artist. That the guy that died was his artist.
That's crazy, dude.
And like on the internet, they're trying to like just make it all kind of things, saying that it's like for money, and just like they set him up, it's for money and this and that. I don't know. Like they don't believe that the guy.
Yeah, there's always conspiracy people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, Salsa Walker, freaking what was it? What other artists? That's really hard. But who else will I listen to? I really like listening to old music. I listen to old music to get inspiring ideas and visions. I'm really not listening to what's out now. I listen to old music to get visuals and ideas and triggering feelings. I'm listening to music these days to get feeling. If I could listen to a record and get an emotion out of that record, I stick to that emotion and I build a song around it. Yeah, it's almost a cheat code. Try it. Try it. Listen to something, and just if it gives you a emotion or a feeling or a something, right, build off that mug quick though. Don't let it simmer, because it will get away from you and you'll just build a shitty ass house. You know, if you just jump on that joint real quick and boop, 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 like Tetris.
Sometimes it's like lightning in a bottle. Sometimes, like when
you know what I mean?
In that moment,
yeah, for sure,
it is like that.
Yeah.
What would you? What kind of advice would you give like an up and coming artist?
Oh,
you know, like a young you coming out or something.
Get your own setup. Get your own setup. You got to have your goodies. You got to have that bag. Dr. Quinn medicine woman, Doogie Howser. Dr. Quinn. You feel me? What's the little black girl doctor? What's that girl's name? The little black girl doctor, Dr.
Doolittle?
No, not Doolittle. Hell nah. The little doctor, that little girl doctor anyways, but like doctors got their bags. Toolmen got their bags. Have that bag with your goodies and your tools, and that will get you through anything, any up and downs. It's a therapeutic bag. That's what I call it. That therapeutic bag. You dig it? That bag right there will sock it to your pocket. Let me tell you, it will sock it to your mind. You know what I'm saying? Get a laptop. First and foremost. No, get some inspiration. Look at your situation. If your situation's good or bad or whatever your situation is, look at that and get some inspiration off that. Look at your baby. Look at that. Look at your mama. Look at that. Look at your brother. Look at that. Look at your job. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Look at your car. Look at that. Look at your bank account. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? And get that inspiration. Then from the inspiration, get a laptop. Get an interface. Get an okay mic. It don't got to be the best mic. You just start out.
Yeah.
Get some headphones. Okay. And look, you don't even got to have a spot to work. You don't have to have a studio or a location that has electricity or whatever. This is what you do. Go get a gym membership. $10 a month right there at Platinum Fitness. Now you got electricity. Now you got a shower. You know what I'm saying? Now you can charge up your stuff, do what you got to do, get your workout. You know what I'm saying? Get your health right. The health is important. Health is wealth. Okay? So now laptop, interface, microphone. Go get a membership at a gym if you don't have electricity. Okay? You can record inside the vehicle. That's the booth. That's your office. That's your office now. Your office is your vehicle. That's crazy. If you have a crib or whatever, your bedroom is your office. Now your bedroom is your office now. Okay? There's no need to put money in the different areas that aren't making no money. Assets make the money grow and flip and double when you're asleep. Okay? So just invest in yourself. You know, invest in yourself, dude. Invest in yourself, and you won't look back. You won't look back. You know what I mean? Get your own studio set up and record your own vocals. Learn what you don't know. If it costs a couple of dollars or it costs some time, go ahead and give it that time. Go ahead and give it that money. But, you know, ultimately, you're going to get something that you created that nobody could take from you. And therapeutic tools that help you in depression, in a loss of a friend, a loss of a loved one, in a breakup, in being poor, being fired off a job, or just whatever. If you got that bag of tools, you won't crash out. People are crashing out right now because they don't have the fundamentals. People are crashing out because they don't have the tools to use. You know, the tools to use to maneuver through whatever is making them, you know, unhappy or unsatisfied. You know what I mean? Just invest in yourself.
Well,
invest in yourself. Take care of yourself.
You heard it from ID Mak himself, man. It was dope having you in the building, G.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you again for coming through, man. It's really dope to have you, man. A big fan. And, man, I'm looking forward to more stuff that you put out, man. I'm just truly, man, I love everything you're doing, man.
Thank you, brother.
It's really dope.
I appreciate everything you're saying, but it means so much more to know that it's genuine.
Yeah.
You just told me about things that I've done that I didn't even know that you knew. Yeah. That means you've done research and you really digging deep, man. You care about what you're doing. I love it, man. And I want to see you growing like you are, man. I've seen your show and I see each and every episode, dude. I don't know if you know. I watch your stuff, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Dude. I love how you put it all together, and I love the questions. These are good. These are good things because the artists really not really prepared. I wasn't prepared to answer these questions.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
You know, you're asking me things that really resonate with me.
Yeah. You guys have to check out ID Mak, man. Look him up on YouTube. Look him up on socials.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, ID Mak?
Yeah. Check me out on IG at MR_ID_MAK. Go check out that new project. Broken 420. Smoke up. We in the building. It's the Mac Life. Yeah. ID Mak.
And for everybody else out there, if you drop a mic, make sure you drop a like. Appreciate you guys. We're dropping episodes every Monday. We're trying to reach the 2,000 mark of subscribers, and please feel free to share, comment, or let us know some of the tracks that you like from ID Mak, and just let us know like what you think of him as an artist, and you know all the stuff he's been putting out, man. It's really dope. So you guys got to check it out. Sit there, listen. This guy's dropping gems, bars. Everybody, peace. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.